Welcome back to Game On. Now, for those of you that watched the show last week, you'll be aware that we had part one of what was a rather lovely chat and a memorable chat with Pitso Mosimane. This week we continue with part two with, well, the former Mamelodi Sundowns, Super Sports United and South African coach. Let's listen in on what was an informative chat in getting into the mind of Pitso Mosimane. And now, many South Africans have wondered over the years, maybe since your generation, when so many of you were playing abroad, why that's not happening to the current generation. But also, whilst they are moving abroad or trying to move abroad, is the northern option. What's happened with Pitso going out to go play in Egypt. Should our players also be thinking North Africa to improve, rather than maybe trying to get just to Europe? In trying to expand and learn about the game of football.
There's a good...
And why aren't we moving players?
It's a good thing and happening here, and also can be our challenge. The good part of the league makes us not to move. And also the clubs here, they don't sell cheap. The clubs, nobody sells to Europe. Who sells to Europe? Nobody. Maybe you can remind me, because I haven't been around for the last 3.5 years, but nobody's selling. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So some of our players who are playing in our clubs, playing in the Champions League, who are playing for Bafana. Look at how Bafana under Hugo Bruce has changed. They've become so better. That team went to the semi-finals. They played against Nigeria's biggest team. Look at the lineup of Nigerian national team players. They play for Milan, Napoli, Villarreal, just mention them. But you can see that we have the same quality, or maybe a little bit less, but then our players should be playing for Red Bull Salzburg, Dortmund, Cologne, Schalke, but we're still not there.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge we have. Is a little bit of a warm weather here, and outside is cold weather. Yeah. So that's me. I said, I don't want to stay longer on the warm weather.
Try some of that cold weather.
Not try the cold weather.
You made a good point about clubs also not selling cheap, which is something I don't think people consider much when they consider South African players moving abroad. But I have to ask you, you mentioned Bafana. Someone wonder, what is Coach Pitso focusing on now in his time down in South Africa? And also, in your future, would you ever get back to the international game as a coach? And would you ever consider Bafana again? I would.
I'm at a point in my career where I coach anywhere, as long as it's proper, it's right, the project is good. I don't have emotions of coming back. I'll coach in South Africa, any team, I will coach. Bafana, I can come back later. I think we should also accept and be honest that you should not disturb it now with coach.
Yes, of course.
He's doing exceptionally well.
Yes.
We should let them.
I mean that question respectfully, where he's concerned.
No. We should accept and respect.
Yeah.
Yes, I would come for Bafana. And currently I'm unemployed. I don't have a team. Yes, I can have a team, to be honest, tomorrow if I want, because there are a lot of proposals. But it must suit me at my career now. I hope you understand. I can't just go anywhere because somebody else says, please come. Or I can't go anywhere somebody says, yes, we can agree financially, but then I go to a place where I won't win. If it's Africa, I have no chance to win Champions League.
Yes.
I have no chance to win the league.
Yes.
If I go to a certain team like that, it must be a project that we want you to come and build this team to this level. Then it's okay. But if I go to a team that has no chance to win Champions League, and then you're saying to me, I need you to win the Champions League because we can afford to pay your salary. No, I don't need that. I'm in a point of my career, I choose what's right, not I have to do this because I have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
on my plate now is my soccer schools.
I have to ask you about that. It's
Yeah.
your way of giving back and your ambitions towards that and contributing towards the South African game.
Yeah, I asked myself, what do I want to be remembered as after coaching? Because you cannot coach for the rest of your life. So what do I want to be remembered? Do I want to be remembered of titles I've won or what? I said, I need to help my country.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I want to have my legacy, and my legacy must be of to creating a player of tomorrow. What is a player of tomorrow? You must remember, I've coached Pinar, I've coached Benny, I've coached Zuma, I've coached Nomvete,
Legends.
I've coached Bongani Kumalo and them, and those guys went to play in Europe. I've coached Pesitao, and I've seen the strengths and I've seen the weaknesses on their game. So then I know what they had, what they didn't have. And also I've compared myself when I was playing in Europe also. What is it that I had I could not deliver also? So I have everything that I know. And I've traveled the world. I've been to the North Africa to coach the biggest team in the Middle East. Not even the biggest team in Africa, in the Middle East. Al Ahly is the biggest. It's an institution.
Yes.
So I went over there and we did our work, thanks God. We left the jersey at a better place. So then I start to say, who is Abu Trika? How does Abu Trika play? While Goma, Jeddo, Shikabala, those are the legends. What do they have and what is it that they did not have? What do they have in Tunis? So now I have an idea of what the North Africa is doing, and I have an idea now of the Gulf.